Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first video on this channel, and today is obviously a makeup tutorial on a kind of semi-glam, something I would probably wear out that's not like so important, but kind of important, you know, like just like a nice night out on the town kind of glam. And if you guys want to see this look, how I did it, please keep on watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. And disclaimer, sorry for the bad quality. I'm using my iPhone 7, and I know it's not like the best quality to be doing like makeup videos with, but I mean, we all gotta start somewhere. Now onto this look. And sorry if I keep looking at my face and not the camera. Right now I'm focusing on like the camera lens and not my face. So yeah. So I usually use drugstore kind of makeup, or really like inexpensive makeup like Morphe and stuff, because I don't really have money. And so today I'll be using my Morphe 350 palette. That's the 35F. I'll be using my Morphe 350 palette. And this is what it looks like. A lot of neutral shades and really nice shimmers and like foily shades, and I really like it. This is like literally me in a palette, so I'll be using that. So for my primer today, I'll be using the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base, and this was like kind of more on the higher end side of drugstore makeup, but I'll just be using that and putting it all over my face. Got it all over my face, and then I just blend it in, make sure I get under my eyes. This is supposed to reduce fine lines and mattify your skin, and I feel like it does help with my foundation application. I feel like it really looks good under the eyes, and I have to pull my hair back because I have that all over my face. I am going to go into my foundation, and the foundation I'll be using today is my Maybelline Fit Me, the matte and poreless one in the shade 220, and I apply it with, I got this whole set from Morphe. It's an 11-piece brush set. They're synthetic and like real hair brushes in there, and I will use my stippling brush to apply it. And these are really inexpensive too. I got them for $29, and then if you put like a discount code from like a YouTuber or something, then that will go down quite a bit. So I just put a little bit on my hand, and I'm kind of running out, and then I just dot it all over my face, and then I only do it on dot one side first, and then start blending this in. Now I'm done with my foundation. First I'm going to fill in my eyebrows, and then I'll conceal. But to fill in my eyebrows, I use two products. The first one to like outline and do the front of my eyebrow is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in brunette. And then the second thing I use for like to fill in the tail and the arch and stuff is my Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo in deep brown. And I'm pretty much out of this, so I gotta get a new one. But first thing I do is brush my eyebrow hairs. I try to brush these hairs in the front up, and then the rest of them to the side, you know. And my eyebrows are two completely different things. Like, it's ridiculous how different they are. But once I'm done filling them in, they look kind of similar. Because right now they're cousins, and by the end, they'll be sisters. So now that that looks really bad, I'm gonna go to the other side and do the other eyebrow. And it's okay if they look kind of bad because I use concealer to cut them out anyways, so it's not like a big deal, but they look pretty bad right now, to be honest with you. And now I'm going to conceal. And my concealer that I'm going to use today is my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 20 Sand. And I just grab the little applicator and go under my eyebrow and try to get as close as possible. Now with my Real Technique sponge, I wet it, and now I'm going to blend out my concealer. Now that I'm done blending them out, I'm going to spray them again. And they still look kind of bad, but not like as bad as they did while I was doing them, so that's all that matters. But now I'm going to conceal my under eye and put a little bit on my lids, because the amount of foundation I put, or the amount of foundation, the amount of concealer I put under my eyes didn't really go all the way down to my lid. And then I don't like highlight with this, I just put it under my eyes. It is a little bit brighter than my foundation, but I feel like doing like the nose and the chin and the forehead is kind of too much for me. It's a little like, it's a little cakey for me. Okay, now that I'm done concealing, I'm gonna real quick pat this down again and grab my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, foundation powder in the shade 230. And I'm going to grab my powder brush, also from my Morphe brush set. And I'm gonna real quick pat this down again. Go under my eyes first. And then pat my eye because it gets kind of creasy. And that is the base of my face. Well, actually, no, not the base of my face yet. I actually have to powder the rest of my face. And I avoid my cheek area because I have yet to put my illuminator on. So I'm going to now put on my Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid in the shade Light, and I'm going to put it on my finger. Now that that's done, I'm going to go into contour. So I'll be using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Contour in the shade Light. And I just use the contour shade. I don't really like the highlight. I feel like it's not very highlighty. But the contour shade is a perfect ashy, but not like extremely ashy brown for me. And it works whenever I'm my lighter shade and also my darker shade. So I'm going to use my contour brush from Morphe and just kind of go in there. Okay, and then with the brush that it comes with, I use it to contour my nose a little bit. So I grab a little bit on like the end of the brush and I like pat it off. And I need my mirror for this like pretty bad, so hopefully you can like kind of see what I'm doing. I grab my brush again and kind of blend it out a little bit. Now the next thing I'm going to do is blush. And I always forget this step for some reason. The blush I'm using is, oh, it's a little shiny, but my Clinique little blush thing. I've had this for like ever. It used to be my mom's actually. But it's just like a pretty, like, it has a little bit of a sparkle, but when you put it on, it doesn't really show. It's just like a mauve-y rose color, and I love mauve-y colors on me. And let's see if I could, it's called Berry Delight. It's barely on there, but that's what it's called. I just grab a little bit, smile, and put on the cheeks. Now that I have the blush on, you can't really tell. I like it to be kind of subtle, but still like there. I'm going to go on to my eyes. And this is like the fun part, but the scary part at the same time. My foot is asleep. I've been having it like crossed because I don't have anywhere to sit besides my floor. And like you should really see like this whole setup. It's ridiculous. But we all gotta start somewhere, right? So I'm gonna be using, like I said in the beginning, my Morphe 350 palette. And this is literally like the best palette I've ever seen in my life. It's really dirty because I use it a lot, but best palette I've seen in my life. To start, I'm going to take my Morphe brush that I have in my set. It's a little like blending brush. There's like two of them. This one's more of like all over the lid, and then there's another one that's more tapered and that I use like more out here. And so I just kind of take off whatever I was using yesterday. I tried like a new look, or tried doing a new look, and it literally just turned out to be like a hot mess. I looked like I had a black eye. It was horrible. I really am trying to do like more different colors because I have my 35F, which is a Fall into Frost palette. That's all like shimmers and like so beautiful, but don't know how to use it. So I need to try to figure that out, and that's what I was doing, and I failed. But that's okay. I'll come back to it another day, and hopefully it won't be such a fail. The first shade I'll be using is this one right here that I've already hit pan on, which is crazy. I don't ever hit pan on anything because I don't really wear makeup that much, to be honest with you. But this eyeshadow, oh, sorry. Are you done shaking? Okay. But this eyeshadow is literally so perfect for a transition shade. It's literally the best thing. So, it's like so flappy. I feel like it's going to get into my shadows and it's going to ruin my shirt. But, so I'm taking that on my brush and just like a little bit. I don't really pack that much color for the transition shade, but I just kind of put that more towards the crease and right above my crease. Now that I have the transition shade on, I'm going to use the same brush and go into this burgundy-ish, like brick kind of color. And then I'm also going to mix it with this color. It's kind of like a brown, like it looks brown, but then when you put it on your lid it turns into kind of like a burnt orange color. And then I'm going to focus it more on the outer corner. So my phone shut off on me. I didn't have enough storage, but now I'm back and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye, and that's the wrong mirror. Okay. I've just added a little bit more of the burgundy brick shade and the burnt orange mustard shade to the ends. Now I'm going to go into this darker brick shade and this brown shade. And I'm going to change my brush and go into the more tapered blending brush. It's also Morphe, the set that I have. And I'm just going to focus that right on the ends. Kind of deepen up that and the crease. Now that I blended that out, or I didn't really blend it out, just kind of packed that on and sort of blended it, I'm gonna grab my first brush that I used and go into the transition shade a little bit and blend the whole thing out. Now I'm gonna grab my smudging brush and I'm gonna dip, ooh, a little bit of product flying out. First I'm gonna wipe it off, because apparently there's a lot of powder on it. I don't really clean my brushes that much, I know. But I'm going to go into the darkest shade in this palette. Or I don't know if it's the darkest, but I'm gonna go into this dark brown in here. It's the darkest warm shade in here. It's kind of cool, but still has a little bit of warmth to it. Oh my god. I'm just gonna dip into it just a little bit. I just barely tapped into it. And then I'm going to, oh, now that I have that pretty much done, I am going to start with the shimmer. I think I'm gonna use the gold from my 35F palette, because this one is just like so beautiful. It's literally the prettiest thing. First off, this palette is just like so beautiful. As you can see, I haven't really touched it all that much, but I'm gonna be using this gold right here. Okay, so just starting on the center of my lid, which is really where I want to focus it on. I don't want to get too high up, because every time I get a little higher than like where I'm at right now and try to reach the crease, as you can see, like my lid already, like the glitter's already gonna get into the crease and all that, because I'm just, I don't know, my eyes are just annoying. But do you see how pretty that is? That was literally like two little swatches and like no kind of base for it to go onto, and I didn't wet the brush or anything. It was so pretty. And with the gold shimmer, I also added in this like bronzy reddish shimmer to kind of like, I don't know, I guess like cool it down. I thought it would look good. And now I go on to the inner corner highlight and brow bone highlight. I'm gonna go into this third shade in the palette. I'm just gonna dip my finger just a little bit, and then I'm also gonna go right under it. There's a gold shade. I'm gonna dip my finger into it just a little bit too. I'm just gonna place that there. Now that that is done, I'm going to go on to my actual highlight because I haven't put on my powder highlight yet. So I'm going to use this brush. It's not really like, I didn't say highlighting brush, but I use it for a highlighting brush. So I'm going to take this and then I grab a little bit of my NYX First Base little primer spray, and I just spray some, and I'm practically out of this, but it does spray a little bit. Sad little sprays, but it sprays. I'm going to put those two shades that I put on my inner corner. I'm going to put it on my cheekbone and right top of the brow. And then I'm going to go in real quick to my NYX Illuminator thing in Ritualistic. And it's kind of, it looks a little white, but it's actually gold. And so I just kind of put a little bit of that on to add a little bit more of a gold effect to my face. I put that on since this is more of like a bronzy gold kind of shade, and or kind of look, instead of a silvery iridescent look. And then of course gotta add some onto my nose. Oh, there's still a little plastic film on there. I was so confused as to why it was barely showing. Now that I'm done with my face, I'm just going to add some mascara and some eyeliner, but not wing liner. I'm just going to add it in my waterline and my tight line. And for mascara, I'll be using Maybelline Falsies Volume Express in water. Wait, this is the Hydra Fudge one. I usually use Hydra Fudge or waterproof. And for eyeliner, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Eye Studio in Blackest Black with this liner brush that really needs to be cleaned, but from Eco Tools, or whatever. And I don't curl my lashes, but I comb through my lashes, and I'll just use the little comb side of this Eco Tools little brow thing, I think is what it's for. Okay, so this is my finished look, and yeah, I hope you guys liked my first video on this channel. If you guys want to see more, then comment, like, and subscribe, and all that stuff that YouTubers say. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be back next week with maybe another makeup video, or maybe like video like kind of introducing myself, so you guys kind of start to feel like we're friends. You know. But yeah, hope you guys liked it, and I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. Yeah, I guess that's it. Actually, not it, because I almost forgot. I added lipstick, and I used this, my MAC lip pencil in Whirl. It's like one of the only things I have that's like kind of expensive. Not kind of, it's pretty expensive. And then I kind of just like dabbed a little bit of this NYX matte lipstick in the color perfect red, and it is like a perfect, like just like a true red. But I just dabbed it on a little bit, and I put Carmex under my lips so it won't be so like drying. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next week maybe. Bye.